Another question is on education and scholarship, and this seems to be a favorite topic from Billy Lee. How do you keep smart people within our country? I think this is a good question. But one thing that we have to accept, all talented people and all highly educated people have two common characteristics. Economically independent, two, social mobility. They have these two, they enjoy these two. They are very clever, then you are economically independent. Two, you are easily acceptable. You can migrate anywhere you want. So social mobility is a pattern in any developing country like Malaysia. But having said that, we must admit that we face brain drain problem. And there are many reasons if you want to go into it. So Singapore, we thought that, Singapore would attract a lot of talented people. True. Singapore attracts a lot of world-renowned and talented people. But it also faces brain drain problem of its own people who goes to Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and Australia. They feel that the grass is greener on that pasture. Or the grass is greener, or the pasture is better on the other side. In the same way, if you think that America attracts all the top talented people in the world, it's true. But America also faces problem. A lot of their top scientists have migrated to other places. So we have to accept the fact that clever people will find market anywhere in the world if they are clever. But the government have put into place recently by Najib to address this issue of brain drain. One, of course, when we interact with the Prime Minister after our election, we submitted a memo and requested for a dialogue. Of course, the Prime Minister said, why dialogue? Submit cukup lah. We say we want to dialogue because we want to highlight to you some of the problems we thought that you must know as the Prime Minister. And the memo is 100 over pages, and I don't think he will read through all. I mean, that's the frank truth. So we met him. So we told him that we need to address brain drain problem faced by the non-Malays in this country. And we say that equal accessibility to education, especially tertiary education, is critical. Two, entry into IPTA, tertiary education, should be based on results and not on color. Scholarship, especially after SPM, should be based also on results and not on colors. And we told the Prime Minister, if you can do this, we will reduce the brain drain dramatically. Because often if our children go overseas, they don't come back. They don't come back. A lot of people don't come back. I'm sure you all know. So we must admit that this is the first time in this country where the Prime Minister take the trouble to address issue. So you can see that it is the first time after the SPM result that all students with 9A+, irrespective of race, get their scholarship. And that's good. And good things like this also have no response from you people. Why is this? I'm sure the Prime Minister heard your applause. So this year, if you talk about race, where 1,550 Chinese getting scholarship, compared to last year 500 plus. We will never claim that we are colorblind like Selangor. Selangor had 4,012 Chinese and 4 Indians, I think. And one of their leaders say, our government is a colorblind one. Those who apply will get it. Chinese don't get it is because they think that 6,000 over is not good enough, they don't apply. Indian also is too little, they say. We say that they are not colorblind. I say that they are riot blind. They don't know about the suffering of the riot. So it's not colorblind. And today you look at Yasan Selangor. 2 years, 1,005. Only 5 non-Malays got it. Selangor government. So if this happened in the BN government, hello. They will demand the resignation of the ESCO, demand the resignation of this. They will ask for a royal commission of inquiry. We don't ask for all this because why? Not because we are not aware of it. Not because we are not sensitive to the needs of the non-Malays. We don't ask for it because we know that all of you are clever people. The people in Malaysia are clever. They will know that this is why it's all 讲一套做一套. Say one thing and do another, so no need to say so much. That's the reason why we make so much noise, because we know everybody will know in the end. This is to tell you that when you are in opposition, it's very easy. Every day, whatever you do, we oppose. The riot, I see. But when you are in government, you want to put your house in order, do things properly, it's not so easy. Not so easy, I can assure you. Just now, I forgot to tell you about talent people. Recently, the government will be soon making the announcement that we are going to give what we call resident pass to people who are very clever, Malaysian or anybody. Resident pass is different from PR. PR carries with it some constitutional right. Resident pass, tada. Your right is a tie-up with your employment. So resident pass is one of them that we consider. Two, we feel that the government should not be too rigid. That if you are a top scholar, you go to Cambridge, you got first class honours, you come back, you cannot serve anywhere except in the government. We feel that this is too rigid. They should be allowed to serve in government-linked company, non-profit organisation, and in fact in any organisation in this country, as long as they remain within Malaysia. Third, we feel that the work permit, there is a term limit for renewal of work permit. Once upon a time, and in fact up to now, if you want to employ an expatriate, you must advertise first for Malaysian. Until Malaysians cannot come in, then only you can advertise for expatriate. Or we felt that there's no need for this. We feel that if that person is suitable for this job, he should be offered that job. And finally, the government should be more proactive to engage top scholar of this country. The trouble is that we know he's a top scholar. He goes to Cambridge. After that, we feel that, oh, he finished, he got no choice, he must come back. Not really true. After he finished, he give a different address, he disappeared. And this is quite common. It's not difficult to change address. Right? So we feel that the government must actively engage with these top scholars and tell them that when you are back, these are the jobs available for you. It's just like headhunting. In this case, you already identified the head. You just have to keep them engaged so that they will not be stolen. So these are the things that Talent Corp, I'm sure, will look into it. And these are things that we have communicated. There's this question that government only offer projects to Bumiputra. That's not true, and that's not fair. That's a very unfair statement to make, I would say. I would say for Class F, yes, Bumi. For big project, it is not true. Today, some of the biggest construction companies in this country are still Chinese owned. Not fair. To say that the government do not give project or award project to Chinese is not true. Not true. But to insist that they must have 30% Bumiputra participation is still true. That is true. But for big project, often they get exempted because it's not easy to find 30% Bumiputra. And today for listing, you don't need 30% Bumiputra. I'm sure you're aware. This year they have removed that.